and then give us one more ear fart.
Wait,
Awesome. Okay, great. 1, 2, 3. Post Show and Tell with Dr. Ken.
Welcome to Post Show and Tell with Dr. Ken. My name is Josway, and I'm your host. And I have two guest co-hosts today.
My name is Cole.
My name is Connor.
And we're both 11 years old and twins.
We're here to talk about the episode The Wedding Sitter. Can you please tell us what that episode was about?
Yeah, this episode is a lot of fun. There's a wedding. Ken and Allison have to go, and something falls through with the babysitter that they originally had. And so Molly gets stuck babysitting her brother Dave. So Molly doesn't want to do this. So she hires her old babysitter, Mrs. Pancake, to come babysit Dave. But Dave is 11 years old like you, and he doesn't want to be babysat. So he hires his friend Henry, who's played by Ian Chen from Fresh Off the Boat, and Henry pretends to be Dave for Mrs. Pancake. So that's what's going on. There's a little bit of a bait and switch happening there. And then kind of on the other side of things for the wedding is a co-worker of the Wiltopia folks. So Damona, Clark, and Dr. Julie are there, and they actually end up at the wrong wedding. Julie is all set about looking for a single guy at this wedding, and Clark says, no, that's never going to happen, and it turns out it's Clark who ends up finding a guy at the wedding. But I actually really want to talk to you guys about just about this show. You guys are 11 years old, and you guys watch Dr. Ken and Fresh Off the Boat. What's it like to see shows with kids on TV?
Well, I guess it's pretty cool to see Asian people on TV, but to me, I don't really care what race you are. It just I just care if you're entertaining
if
or
you're
not.
Funny and
If you're funny or.
Yeah, I agree. If you have a talent of entertaining, it doesn't matter who you are, you should be able to be on TV and represent yourself.
Well, I think it's kind of cool because on both of these shows, like on Dr. Ken, Albert Tsai, who plays Dave, he's your age actually, he's 11, and on Fresh Off the Boat, there's 3 boys, and one of them, Forrest Wheeler, who plays Emery, is also 11. So is it cool to see kids your age on TV? Do you feel like that they're pretty realistic, or are they kids that you would want to hang out with?
I think they're fairly realistic, but I think adults always do a better job of acting.
Whoa, kids are critical. What about you, Connor? What do you think?
I think they're less realistic than any of our friends would be, because it seems like an adult is saying, oh, I say this exactly, and they don't really know how an 11-year-old might act in a situation.
Well, it's true. I mean, the writers on the show aren't 11 years old.
Yeah.
So that's probably true. I'd agree with you on that, for sure on that level. So in this episode, a lot of the action is centered around a wedding. You guys were recently involved in a wedding, weren't you?
Yes.
What was your role in it?
We walked our mom down the aisle at her recent wedding, and we had a lot of fun there.
Were you nervous about it at all?
Yeah, because we only walked down once, and I don't know if we even had the music. I think it was just my mom going da 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 da.
So that was your rehearsal?
Yeah, and it was kind of nerve-wracking to have all the people just looking at you. Well,
were you nervous?
Well, to me, I wasn't nervous. They just said, hold your mom's arm and walk down the aisle, then go where you're supposed to be. So I wasn't nervous.
Were you one on each side?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So what was your favorite part of the wedding?
I liked after the ceremony when we were able to take pictures, because I don't know, some people say I'm a little photogenic. So and it was also cool because there were a bunch of people in tuxedos and dresses, and I don't see that every day.
Were you guys wearing tuxedos too?
Yeah.
And what was your favorite part of the wedding?
My favorite part was right after we had dinner. There was a dance floor, and everyone got to dance, and it was a lot of fun because they played some romantic songs, but also some party.
So you guys got to shake it up on the dance floor?
Yeah.
We had a chance to speak with Suzy Nakamura on set.
The wedding sitter, which is why you're dressed up so beautifully today.
We're really dressed up.
First of all, I love all episodes where you guys get to dress up. Okay, let's talk about Allison's clothes for a while.
Oh my God, our wardrobe people are the best. Reiko Kuramada, which, did I tell you, Allison's last name is Kuramada?
Oh, no. Oh,
So
okay.
it's sort of a little tip of the hat to our wardrobe person, Reiko, who she came from, don't tell me, How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, okay.
She came from How I Met Your Mother, but the whole crew is fantastic. And Amy came from How I Met Your Mother. And they're just, I don't know, they sometimes when you're a character, you don't like the clothes that you wear because it's a different person. But I feel like they capture the characters so well. And also, we like the clothes.
I was going to say, you're not wearing it today, but there's so many details about the wardrobe that you might not even catch on camera.
Yes.
So normally you're wearing a necklace that has 2 little pendants.
Yes. Allison's everyday necklace is a simple necklace with 2 pendants that say M and D for Molly and Dave. And she wears it a lot, which is like real life. Like we don't choose different blah, 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 especially if you're working and you're a mother. Right. She just wears this,
Right.
this reminder of her to keep her kids close to her heart. She wears it every day, so I like that.
Yeah. So in the wedding sitter episode, we learn a lot about Allison. We learned that she actually doesn't like weddings, or at least is not as excited about them as much as Ken.
Yes, and that Ken loves weddings. And we find out that he used to have a babysitter named Mrs. Pancake who comes out of retirement for this one. And then we find out that Allison actually does love weddings. Just the thing that she doesn't like about it is, Ken taking center stage and like leaving her out in the cold, which wouldn't be fun for anybody.
This is a really complex production.
It is. We have a flashback to little Ken, and we've got a stunt with the cake. We had choreography with the dance. We had background for the wedding. We had background for the kids. We were like all dressed up.
Yeah.
So it's like a big
Yeah, and there's multiple like extra sets that like normal. Everything's built out like crazy here.
There's there's the real wedding set and then the wrong wedding set.
There's the mall bathroom and the dinner place.
That's right. And we're in the car. There's a lot.
And there's also there's a car. There's a motor.
The Uber.
Yeah.
The Uber.
Yeah.
So
the
what you
Uber
guys
car.
aren't seeing what you guys are probably not hearing is that Albert is telling us off camera everything that's going on. Yeah, here. I'm gonna give. Here.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Hello.
Yeah. All right. So tell us all the different sets that are going on here.
So all the different sets are, besides the 3 normal ones, there's the wrong wedding set, the Samoan one that Damona, the tutu-poo wedding that Clark, Julie, and Damona accidentally go to. There's the right one, the right wedding set, which Pat, the Tuttle's wedding,
Dr. Tuttle's wedding.
Pat, Allison, and Ken go to. There's the little gamers nerd shop.
That's right, where you go for Magic the Gathering, the Gathering of Magic the Gathering, the Gathering.
There are way too many gatherings than that. And then there's the school hall, the school auditorium for the flashback to Ken.
Right, for little Ken to dance,
Yeah. And then there's the mall,
bathroom
where Molly calls everyone. And then there's the Uber, which Allison and Ken take home after they got kicked out.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And all the special stuff we have includes stunts and stuff. Stunts, choreography, lots of background, all sorts of things.
Kissing.
Yeah.
There's kissing.
And there's fancy wardrobe.
Fancy, nice dresses. Fedoras.
Lots of guest stars. We have 10 guest stars. Well, maybe not 10.
Maybe not 10,
5.
but a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Well, I think this is a good time to say bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. See you next time.
Bye.
In this episode, a lot of what's going on is around the babysitter. Have you guys had a bad babysitting experience?
Well, we've only had like 2 babysitters in our entire life, and that second babysitter we only had for 1 day.
Well, how come?
Well, she bring her kid over with her, and a few hours that she'd been watching us, her kid ended up biting me. And, so she didn't end up coming back.
Where did you get bit?
Right around here.
Did it hurt?
A little bit, like bled a little, but it wasn't that bad.
But it's the idea that you got bit by another kid. Right?
Yeah.
So no more babysitter.
Yep.
For me, like, I don't really remember being babysat that much. Like, you didn't have a lot of babysitting experience in terms of having one in the house, but I did babysit other people, my cousins. And this one time, I actually think it was a combination of my brother and I were babysitting our younger cousin. But basically, my aunt and uncle, they had this really nice house, and they had this beautiful, like, master bathroom with a spa, jacuzzi tub, and a sauna. And my brother tried to use the sauna, and it was broken. And instead of the sauna working, it flooded the entire house.
So
It was really bad. In the end, everything was fine, and like, insurance covered a lot of it. The house got fixed, but my uncle was extremely upset. And I felt very responsible because I was actually supposed to be there that night, and my brother was helping me babysit because I was doing something else. So that's my bad babysitting experience. No biting, but probably like thousands and thousands of dollars of property damage.
we had an opportunity to meet Ian Chen on the set.
We're here on the set of Dr. Ken, and I have somebody who doesn't usually appear with us on Dr. Ken. This is Ian Chen, and he's guesting on the show. What's your character's name, Ian?
My character's name is Henry.
Are
I was
you,
almost gonna say Evan.
that's who you play on Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah.
So we know Ian as Evan on Fresh Off the Boat, the littlest one. But here on Dr. Ken, Henry is, how do we meet Henry?
Henry is a boy. Should I talk about the episode?
Sure, yeah, we assume that they've seen it, so it's
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
Right. So the episode is that they're going out to the wedding, and then something happens, and then
It's okay.
Dave's sister needs to babysit them, and she doesn't like that, so she hires Mrs. Pancake to babysit Dave while she goes to some place at the mall, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dave doesn't want to be there either, and he wants to be at a little gathering.
And
with
that's where
his
Henry
friends, I think.
comes. That's where Henry comes into the picture.
Yeah, he asks Henry. I think Henry's his like best friend,
Mm-hmm.
and then Henry pretends to be Dave, and he actually doesn't look at all like him.
So, how do you like playing Henry on the show?
Yeah, Henry is. I like his wardrobe.
You're wearing
It's
clothes.
not always like tuck.
That's what in the kids in the 90s were always tucked. They tuck their shirts. Is that what it is? So Evan and Henry, they're different
Yeah,
because.
they're pretty different.
So you're excited to be on the show, right? You were
I'm
telling
really
me.
excited.
So what's different about being on like a single cam show, which Fresh Off the Boat is single cam, and this is a multi-cam show here for Dr. Ken. How is it different for you?
Well, it's different because there's a live audience. I'm gonna be there Tuesday.
Ian, are you on social media?
Yes, my Twitter is @the_Ian_Chen, and my Instagram is @the_Ian_Chen too.
And I know that you don't do it by yourself. Your parents help you with it.
Yes, but sometimes I go and like tweets and like photos on
I know, I
Instagram.
see you doing it. Because I know, for instance, Fresh Off the Boat has a post show too. It's called Fresh Off the Show, and I know you watch it.
Yeah, I watch it.
Do you stay, is that past your bedtime to stay up and watch that?
I mean, usually it's maybe, it ends, Fresh Off the Boat, It's not. I guess. I mean, like, because on the Halloween episode, we actually shot till 12, and then I went home pretty late.
Actually, you know, I want to ask you about that. So, shooting fresh off the boat, there are times when you have to shoot very late, right?
Yes.
And do you get tired from shooting?
I mean, it's really fun, but I mean, sometimes you can. It's kind of like long hours. Because on the Halloween episode, yeah, we went till 12.
But that's unusual.
They had special permission.
Yeah, and that's unusual, right?
Yes, it's pretty unusual.
But when you are done shooting and you get to hiatus week, do you enjoy your hiatus?
Well, I sometimes do because I really love being on set and being with the cast and the crew. They're all very nice to me.
What's your favorite part about doing Fresh Off the Boat?
I really like the acting part, and I like being around the other casts, like the other kids, Hudson and Forrest. They're really cool to hang out with.
Are they really like your brothers in real life?
They're like my second family.
And what about on Dr. Ken? What's your favorite part so far of being on Dr. Ken?
My favorite part of being on Dr. Ken is also kind of meeting the cast, because they're all very talented, and and Ken Jeong is really funny on the show.
Well, you're really funny too, and we're so
you.
glad that you joined us for post-show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So one of the things I think is really funny in this episode is how Dave enlists Henry, who's played by Ian Chen, to like sit in for him. But they actually don't look alike, right? You guys are twins. You guys kind of look alike, but not really. Were you able to like identity swap or fool anybody?
Well, like, we never, like, have fooled anyone, but we still have relatives that, like, we've known them our whole lives, and they still can't tell us apart, even though we look very different.
Do they forget your names, too? Like, do they swap names?
Often. I don't know why, because there's a lot of distinguishing features about each of us that are nothing alike. But we might have been able to do it when we were younger, but we never tried.
So you guys are twins, but you're obviously not exactly the same. Is there one of you who's maybe a little bit more of a performer than the other one?
I'd say neither of us are really the performing type. We kind of like to watch first and then maybe try.
Right, so in this episode, like, Ken and Allison are at the wedding, and one of the things that Allison gets all mad about is because Ken is basically at the wedding showing off and dancing. Have you ever been in a situation where you saw somebody maybe steal the show, or maybe it was a little bit of a show off?
Yeah, I have a friend who was at our school talent show, and there were a bunch of other kids doing their acts, and he got up and he did breakdancing with like a staff, and so it just stole the whole show.
I mean, it was really cool, right?
Yeah.
But it kind of sucks for everybody else who wants like the attention and having all the limelight on one person.
Yeah.
But were you guys involved in the talent show?
No, we didn't go. My friend he told me about it the next day at school.
So, do you guys have any secret talents?
I can actually do what I call an ear fart. I do. So I don't know anybody else who can do that.
Now, can you do it on both ears?
Yeah, I can. And then I can do either one.
Now, I gotta ask, how did you figure out you could do that?
I was sitting at school one day and I did this, and then I was just really bored. It was during like math or something, so I just went and I heard it, so I just started doing it over and over, and I figured out I had that talent.
Cole, have you ever tried to do this?
Yes, I've tried, but I have no idea how he does this.
So I think this is a good time to ask our audience, do you have any secret talents? Let us know in the comments, subscribe to us, tweet at us at Post Show and Tell. And I'm so thrilled that you guys got to come join me and guest co-host with me. Thanks so much for joining us, Cole and Connor. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.